Aaron Rodgers wears this like super round helmet. Brady wears one with all these divots and stuff. Like, how important is that to a player?
Great question, Andy. That's the evolution of helmets. We'll let AJ Hawk talk about it. Some players, you even saw this with Antonio Brown, they tried to get him to evolve and get a new helmet that was certified and legitimized by the NFLPA in the NFL, and players do not want to do it. The helmet is something that obviously a lot of football players hold in high regard. Any changes or advancements in science by some people can be met with a lot of like, I ain't changing, but some guys have evolved and put on the space helmets when there was different variations of it and found their new home. But the helmet is something that's sacred to a lot of players.
It's a personal preference on what I guess fits your head the best, what feels the best. These new space age helmets are terrible. All of them, they look awful.
See, here's
this extended jaw pad thing.
Yeah.
Your straps, like I believe me, at my 8-year-old's football practice, I'm strapping kids buckles all day because they can't get to it because these stupid long jaw pads they have. Yeah, they have a zipper deal too, some of them, but all the dimples, all like the different things, they're supposed to like dissipate impact when you hit somebody. The science is still out in my eyes.
This is an old school helmet by Aaron Rodgers, who still uses the single snap strap like Brett Favre, and he also takes it off between every single play. It's absolutely a throwback situation. But I'm surprised he's still able to wear that helmet, to be honest, because there was.
Is that from this year? Because he did have. I know he's had to change.
No, that might be old.
I mean,
what, that helmet?
That photo.
Yeah,
it's from an old photo package we have back here.
We need a current one because he did have to get. It's not like it still is. He has a good one for the garbage ones you have to pick from.
Got you. From a look side or from in your eyes?
From looks. I don't care about the feel. I don't know anything about the inside of it, but the looks just in general. But they're super light too, I guess, which should help. I feel like the other way. I loved having a super heavy helmet. I had an old school helmet. They made me switch out of eventually, but this thing is like 40 pounds.
Do you have one at the house now?
Oh, yeah, I have multiple at the house.
And you used it as a weapon, obviously. That is your style of football that they are trying
myself.
to outlaw from the game.
Protecting myself. What do you mean?
Well, you're protecting yourself by using your head that is impenetrable, and science has proven that you might have the strongest structured face in the history of faces, and you use the 40-pound helmet as a weapon, which is exactly what Roger Goodell wants to get the fuck out of the game. You are the reason James Harrison got fined millions of dollars because of you, AJ Hawk.
Yeah. No, nothing to do with me. There's a lot of people that throw their head around a lot better than I did. I prefer the older helmets with the high straps and everything. Just much more comfortable for me.
I right now I'm seeing, because we've been watching throwback AJ Hawk videos. You know, they've been showing up on NFL Network because they're showing some old Green Bay Packers. Your helmet was awesome. I mean, just classic. It's not as old school as the single one in the middle where guys used to go back. I remember the old school Pittsburgh Steelers used to have like the big plastic almost. It was almost like a plastic face mask, which I don't know how that was legal at any point, but it looked awesome. Yours, old school throwback CT City helmet.
Is the Rydell Triple T.
Hey, Mitt has something to say. Mitt Worth, there it is. Look at that.
EQ nerd in me is coming out here.
That's equipment manager. He was an equipment manager throughout his entire life, by the way. Ball boy as a kid. His dad's a coach.
Aaron's, it's an Air XP. That is a 5-star rating. That's a newer-ish helmet. That's completely fine. It looks kind of old, but that's not the same bucket that AJ is wearing in the other picture. That is much newer.
Yeah.
5 stars.
I had to switch to that. I had to go to that helmet. I'm pretty sure.
You definitely did.
Yeah, because they had that was a big deal. I remember them coming through everybody's training camp and saying, like, these are the new ratings of helmets. You're only allowed to use these helmets. And a lot of OG guys were like, nope, I ain't putting that shit on.
Yeah.
First of all, it looks sorry, just like AJ just said, because they are kind of spaceshipy at the beginning. I don't know what they're like now. If this is what they are now, they've gone back to that. But those first models were very large. I mean,
the Revolution. Remember when the Revolution came into play? Like in college, for me, those things were gigantic.
Welker was wearing it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, Welker looked like he was a bobblehead.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it because they had ear pads, but at the bottom there was no pads. So you were able to just slide right up and you didn't have to have the ear thing, you know, with the helmet, the ear thing, where your ears just get fucking tossed around. Yeah. Like, am I going to get cauliflower ear if I put this helmet on too many times? I'm not 100% sure. Those big space buckets that Revolution came through, they had this simple slide. I love that thing. It was so big, though.
When Peyton changed his helmet, he looked awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was... They set him up. They did him dirty. But.
Yeah. Tom was another player that really did not want to switch helmets when AB was going through it too, and then
Antonio Brown was going to retire there.
Yeah,
he said, "I retire."
I get it, man.
Got to protect.
I mean, wouldn't retire for it, but I understand wanting to go with what you've been wearing for 25 years.
Yeah.
Which helmet did you feel like that helmet was the best one for when you led with the crown of your face every single time you
That's
hit
a good one there. I like that throwback. That face mask felt nice and strong. That helmet was very heavy.
And you like whenever it's just bolted in at the top there, huh?
Yeah, because if it's buckled, you're always messing with it because when you hit people, it's going to come unbuttoned and all that stuff.
And you didn't like to hit people with your head at all, so that probably didn't happen.
People were hitting me from the side, hit me in the temple, like crack box and down
Yeah,
box.
you were protecting yourself. Of
course.
Product of your environment. You got to do what you got to
Strike.
do. Everybody's trying to hurt each other out there, but the helmet is sacred. Let's go to Josh in Rochester. What's going on in the Rock, pal? Huh?